Draw a picture. And then on this problem, what kind of rule are you going to have to remember? What's it called? The empirical rule. And that's on page 367 through whatever y'all said that day. We've only said it like 3 or 4 times. 367 through 371 or something. I don't know what it is. All right. Bring it down, Dana, please. And 100, 105, 110, 95, and 9. Everybody with me? Now, remember me telling you that this is pretty much your fuel indicator? Read from left to right. This is 25%, and this is what? 50. And this is what? 75, and this is full over here. So, at halfway in the center, that 100 represents what? 50%. Greater than 105. Well, 105 is right here. So you've got to get to your handy-dandy empirical rule. And this is 34. This is 34. This is 2.5. And this is 2.5.
13.5.
Thank you. Now, if you're wanting to find the numbers that are greater than 105, what do you do?
Add
And that's 15%. Or 16. What does it come out to be? 16%. And that's where you get that. Now, what percentage is between 90 and 105? Well, what's 34 and 34? And what's 68 plus 13.5? Thank you. So that one will be 81.5.
Wrong.
Wait, what did you just do for C?
Well, I'm saying why did
Her
you-
answer is wrong. That's the
Oh,
correct
that's the right
answer.
Oh, okay.
Huh?
What did you just do for C?
Well, it says between 90 and 105. So what do you do with these three numbers?
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
look.
just ask you.
Yes.
Why don't you write your own book? Because like the way the book and the thing explains it, like you have to add, or you have to find this number and then subtract from this number.
Yeah.
Like the way
I
you
tried to
explain it
see-
makes more sense.
Yeah.
I've never noticed that. I didn't know how they.
Like,
You need
when
to help
go
me
do,
solve.
like, give an example of how we solve this. It's horrible.
This is way awful. So I was like, I have no idea.
Because if I wrote a book, it wouldn't be proper. That's why. You want to be proper, or you want to understand how to do it? that's my. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to Guys cannot do this, okay? Just, you can't do two things at one time. Find the percentage. No, I ain't gonna go through all that. I ain't gonna answer a bunch of questions. That's what they call the empirical rule right there. They call it the 68, 95, 99.7 rule. This book is stupid. I'm sorry. It is stupid. I'm sorry, it's stupid. Because that's ridiculous. It's called the empirical rule in many books, and they just say, okay, we're not going to call it the empirical rule. We're going to call it the 68, 95, 99.7 rule.
That doesn't even make sense.
This right here is saying, use the empirical rule to get your percentages, is what that's saying. But I can see why you're confused.
Yeah, these stuff to hardly see those.
Yeah. I think we'll just leave that alone. All right, let's do it. Does that help you?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do another homework.
It's free pie night at Charlie's.
It's pretty what?
It's free pie night at Charlie's. Free pie night. Just in case you didn't know.
Okay. Oh, because it's Pie Day?
Yes, it's free pie night. I'm sorry if I don't.
No, it's Pie Day. Today's National Pie Day, isn't it?
I know, Wednesdays.
No, that's in March.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's free pie Wednesday every Wednesday.
Oh, where?
No comment.
Are there pies good?
All right, Ms. Jordan.
The caramel one. Let's look at the caramel one.
This is 6C 21-4. 6C 21-4. All right, try this one for those that are listening. Use the normal distribution IQ scores. Find the Z-score using, find the Z-score using 105 and 15 for 75. And then tell me the percentage by using the table.
The Radio Shack and your Liberty Highway is going
They're all going out of business, turned into Amazon.
Not the 28 one though, but if you can call them and see if they have any of those memory cards. They're like 30 to 40% off.
They just bought me one.
Okay.
64 gigabyte. It was $20 at Best Buy.
It's not bad. I'll just look it up.
Yeah, my 60. I appreciate it. The 64 one is right here, and the 32 is in there. So I already downloaded them. I'm already recording.
Nice.
All I had to do was ask, and then give it to me. I had a feeling she's going to want me to present at a conference. That's all right. What do you do? Draw what? Draw a picture first. $105, $120, $135. 105 minus 15 is what? 90? Help me.
Yes.
And then 75. Now, the question says, greater, what is greater than? Greater means 1 minus left-hand what? Side. Because greater is the right-hand side. And right-hand side is 1 minus left-hand side. Capiche? All right. So that's just something you need to remember. You need to remember that, but you'll see it when you do your drawing. So where is 75? Right here. So we need to find those purple marks right there. But the table gives us what? The table gives us the left-hand side. So if the table gives us the left-hand side, how are we going to find the right-hand side? 1 minus the left-hand side, which the left-hand side is the red marks. So that's what the table gives us. So, look at your handy-dandy table. We got to turn it into a z-score first, because you can't find these in your table. So we got to change these to a z-score. A z-score of 0 is here. Let me go back. Hold on. Let's use blue. That's 0. That's 1. That's 2. That's -1 and -2. That's what it's going to come out to be. But let's check 75. So here we go. 75 minus 105 over 15. And what's 30 divided by 15? -30 divided by 15. -2, and that's your z-score. -2 is that right there. So we go to our handy-dandy table. And look up negative what? -2. -2 gives us a dang old percentage of what? No. I can't stand when they do that. Yeah, 2.28. In the 120 books, in all probability books, they do 4 decimal places. It's 0.0228. All right? And then when you get to this book basically dummies it down for y'all. I hate it. I'm sorry. That's what they do. What they're saying is that y'all ain't got sense enough to change 4 decimal places into a percentage, so they go ahead and do it for you. And I'm used to seeing it in 4 decimal places, and when I see that 2.28, it just messes me up. So it's 0.0228, and if we change 0.0228 to a decimal, it is 2.28. So this red area is 2.28%. And under the curve is 100%. It's 1 if these were in 4 decimal places. Okay, so this is 100 minus left-hand side. So 100 minus 2.28 is dang old 97.72. Is that it? Then that would be blue. So 97.72% is your answer. In other words, 98% of this population has a score above what? 75. And those are test questions. There's about 3 or 4 of those on the test. Correct? I think there are, aren't they? Yeah, Hubert. Thank you, class. What did we get?
97.72.
90 what?
97.
Does it say round 2 decimal places? 97 point what?
72.
Dang, oh, we feel good about ourselves. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Alright. That's 1 of 3. That's this class, isn't it? Yeah. We've already went over that one. 6C21. What's this one? 6C21 is one like that. 6C 25/6. 25/6. All right? That's another test question. A data set is normally distributed with a mean of 270 and a standard deviation of 36. That means, okay, draw this. That's what it means. It means draw this. And then after you draw it, convert everything to a z-score and do 378. Okay, convert 378. You don't even need to draw it. I'm sorry. This one you don't even have to draw. You just say 378 minus what? 270. And that's dang old 108. Or 108. And what's 108 divided by 36?
3.
And that's your answer. So you might want to make a note about this one. This one is just dang old plug and chug. You don't have to do anything. Plug and chug. 378 minus 270 over 36. Okay? You got that, Mr. DeVoe? I'm worried about you, Mr. DeVoe. I don't get to talk to you very much. Kind of leaving me out. What's up with that? You don't want to talk to me anymore? Or did I say something or what? Huh? Was it the crash that you had? I mean, was it the trauma? Was that it? All right. I still think you're a good guy, no matter what the class says about you. Next. 6C 29/8. I feel like I'm doing Miss Jordan's homework.
I got them now after we went over the test. But at first when I read
Most of the time, I cover the review test. When I review over the test, that answers a lot of questions.
well, I kept hitting help me solve and it was like confusing the heck out of me. So
Well, you did the right thing. When it confuses you, you send me the question. I wish everybody would do that. Find the standard score, blah, 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 blah. 2.6. You don't even have to do anything. Listen, if you can't get this problem right, all you have to do is look at 2.6. Right there. Now, they're asking above the mean. Okay, that's it. They just want to find, so it's 99.53.
no, that one's going to be 2.6.
Well, then why are they asking that?
I don't know. That's why I was like, what the heck?
They should be asking you for the 99 point.
It will next.
Okay, I see why people miss it, because they make it difficult. Standard score 99.53. Okay, we should get the second part.
Yeah.
All right. Remember, what they're trying to get you to see is that the z-score is the number of standard deviations. It's the same thing. That's what they're trying to get you to realize. Nah, I wouldn't put that on the test. I hope I didn't, but if it comes up, I didn't mean for it to. Okay, does that answer? Does anybody have another question? It's really bugging you? Miss Raines, I got yours. Right?
Well, this one was on the test.
Okay. Let me pull that up right quick. You remember what number it was?
I know it was like, it gives you the, let me see, I wrote it down in here. They give you the percentile and they want you to find the number.
Okay.
And I got the equation and everything, and it tells you put the number of items in a group on there, but it didn't have the number of items on there.
The first test or the second test you took?
It's the second one.
What number?
It's either 7 or 9. Oh, I put 100 for that, and it was supposed to be 99.7.
Yeah.
I think it was 9.
Do you understand why?
Yeah.
We did that one in class. Is this the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this one. I'll let y'all work on it first. Blow it up a little bit there. The scores for a certain test of intelligence are normally distributed with a mean of 90 and standard deviation of 18. Draw a picture. Find the 90th percentile of the scores. I'm going to give y'all a second to work on it. And give you a hint. You might have to go backwards. In other words, you're not finding the percent. They're giving you the what? The percent, the 90th percentile. That means 90%. That means that under the curve on the left-hand side is 0.9000. Now, I don't think we have done a problem like this, but we've done the other way, and basically you're supposed to go fast backwards. You're supposed to go the opposite way of what we've been doing. Before, we would get the z-score, and you would look up the z-score in that table, and it would give you an area. This time, they're giving you the area, so you've got to find that area, change it to, see what the z-score is, and then plug that back into the equation. And the equation that you have to plug it into is x is equal to Oz plus mu. You didn't show us that. Well, you had it. Bring it down a little bit, Dana. Z is equal to x minus x bar over standard deviation. Okay? Or x minus mu over sigma. All right, both of those are the same. Now, I couldn't come up with a fancy phrase with this one, so I'm using this one, okay? And if I solve for x, I get x is equal to Oz plus mu. And that, sorry about that, and that is the formula you use on this one. Dang old lawyer. All right. So, instead of using the z bar formula, you're using the derivation of the z bar formula. I don't know what I just said. The z score formula. Now, the problem is you don't have a z-score. So, there's two types of question with these z-score questions. The first one we've already done. Let me use black because it doesn't show up on the video as well. The blue doesn't. One, there is given an x, a mu, and a standard deviation. Find the probability / percentage / area under the curve. All right? In other words, the first type question, we've already done a couple of them the last time we met. The mean and the mean is 20 and the standard deviation is 5. Find the percentile that goes with 26, and then you plot 26, and then you find the left-hand side, and you change 26 into a z-score. It becomes point whatever, and then you look it up in the table, and there's the area under that curve on the left-hand side. And then if you find the left-hand side, you can find the right-hand side. But in this case, this is like number 2. given mean and standard deviation and what? The percent. And percent can be written as probability, percent, or area. In other words, they might say the area under the curve is 90% or 90.9. Or they might say the percentage is 90%. Or they might say find the 90th percentile. Or the probability is 0.9% or 0.9. Any one of those is this type. And you have to, first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find 0.9000 in the table. Now, of course, in the table, y'all have a table in y'all's book. It's probably in there. Y'all just don't know about it. Look in the appendix. Okay, forget it. Don't do it anymore. Find 90. It's going to say 90% in your book. It's not going to say 0.9 because y'all are too dumb to figure that out. So they change everything in your book to where it's dummied down. I hate it. That's why I don't like the book. So you're going to look for 90% is what you're going to look for. It should be in the back of your book.
You can look.
Yeah,
You told me to
please.
quit looking.
That was a hint.
You said
Of
then
course,
stop.
Well, nobody turned to the back of the book. Nobody, y'all just sat there.
You said then stop. And I was
So-
like, oh, screw it.
We're at,
Just anywhere. There should be some tables in the back. After the answers, there should be some tables. Nope. Look before the answers, see if there's any tables. Nope. Okay, look in the section that talks about Z-scores and see if there's a... They may put it in as just a page. What section did this come out of? This is 6C. Look in 6C and see if there's any tables.
What kind of tables you want? Like that right there?
That's it. What page is that on?
I mean, this right here?
Mhm.
That's on 3.
Okay,
so.
here it is. No, it's on 390. 390. Turn to page 390. If you have a table. I mean, if you have, let me pull it up right quick for all of those losers in Frank's book. You know, all you got to do is print it out per section, but I know that's hard work.
6.3.
This looks different than that one.
What chapter are we in? 6C. What page did I say it was?
390.
Is that y'all's book? Yeah, there it is. So you're given the percentage. So where do y'all see 90%? 1 point what? 1.3. Now, Hubert, it doesn't say, I know it doesn't say 90%. It says 9.32. I see that. Do you see anything else that says 90? No. Now, you need to check and see which one's closer. This one's 30 cents away from 90, right? 32 cents away from 90. What is this one? 51. So which one's closer? 90.32, Hubert. That's what I picked it. 1.3. So what do you do with that 1.3 now?
Put in your equation.
Plug and chug. So this is going to be X is equal to, what's our sigma? What was it in the original equation? 18. So 18 times 1.3 plus, what was the mean? 90. Somebody crank that out for me. What do you get?
Wait, where did you get the 18?
The standard deviation. That's what y'all told me it was.
113.4.
Huh?
113.4.
Oh, the whole thing?
Yeah.
113.4. So the score that you're looking for that represents the 90th percentile is 113.4. So either you're going to be given a percentage or you're going to be given X. If you're given X, then you got to find the percentage. If you're given the percentage, you got to find what? X. Does that help?
Yes.
I think that was pretty much all y'all's questions, unless anybody's got anything pushing. All right, well, let's get started on the next unit. The next unit's on page, when does chapter 7 start? What page is it on?
14.
For what?
10.
410. Chapter 7 should be talking about probability. Make sure you know the definitions in the green box on page 411. Just leave. I get mad too. Page 411. The scale on page 412, the blue scale, .413, the green box. Relative frequency and cumulative frequency is on page 416 and 417. I'll talk about page 417 in just a few minutes. And the complement.